I am so weak for the summer light. She's here! It's like old times.
It is.
She doesn't know how to act. We're so
Who
happy.
is she?
We've just been nattering here. Sometimes I genuinely feel like the speed that we talk is
And we're like,
unparalleled.
I'll come back to that next. That's for later.
Tangent central. Sometimes maybe they don't follow Irish people or people that have a friendship like us where you're finishing each other's sentences.
Cork like.
You're going on 20 different tangents at all at once. It's so stimulating.
Yeah,
it's so
amazing.
good.
The feet in the grass.
Grounded. Gorgina. Pretty the neighborhood is looking. There's my coffee, but like the birds, honestly nothing better than this. Up early enough to hear the birds chirping. Did you know birds chirps actually wakes plants up? Like it gets them to bloom. It's Memorial Day weekend. And it's 10 now, but it feels more like it could be 8 a.m. in Europe. I feel like this city doesn't really wake up till 10 or 11 unless you're working in construction. I got my 10k steps in because the last 2 nights in a row I've had multiple glasses of wine. Very worky cafe, and it kind of stresses me out that it's so busy, so I don't go that often. But I do a solid sandwich. This is the barista's choice. It's like 2 kinds of cheese, turkey, red onion, tomato. You get this little side of, I think it's fresh garlic aioli, like homemade, because it's the most garlicky garlic aioli I've ever had in my life. Classic. So very distinguished gentleman. Sorry, we're weak for ourselves.
She's back, baby.
We're back, baby. Where are we going?
And Mr. Sunday. Woo!
Our old haunt, our old jaunt of the old haunt. Yeah, this then. Love. Makeup check. I've gone for a smoky eye.
I don't know what I've gone for, just like a sexy
Little catch.
glitter, a little bit of a
When the
hood.
disco ball now is turning, it'll be catching in the light.
Yeah.
That's what we're going for.
Who knows?
I know, I'm kind of tempted to put a little something. I'm looking a bit dead in comparison.
I like it. It's kind of like, because you look like Xena the alien warrior. So it's like a sussy.
Warrior princess, I'll take that.
Yeah, love.
I'll take that. Then I'm accompanied by my vixen. Woo! I'm actually obsessed with this. This is so good.
Thinking about all the people like us that are now deaf tomorrow.
It's a podcast.
Hard working.
Have you been gone?
So I'm gone 4 years. And yeah, like the most common question I get for people that
And
know
also-
that I'm from.
Yeah, everyone's been asking you how it's like coming
what
back.
it's like, and like, do you miss New York? And it's like, no tea, no shade, couldn't live here.
Yeah,
It's
agreed.
wild. Yeah, it's just like, it's so intense. Commotion, the noise.
Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, like, where are you now?
So I'm in Amsterdam now.
Standard of living, would you
High
say?
standard of living, yeah.
To a
It's
degree.
great there, I have no complaints really. But just coming here then, it's like an assault.
On the senses.
Yeah, and I felt almost like when I came here first in 2018, like I got such a culture shock. I was just, but that was me coming out of my comfort zone, which was really good for me. So maybe this is also like, this was a great trip for me again. Are you categorizing these now?
No,
Virgo mood.
No, they're just. What's your current go-to product? Ruth is a beauty girl.
Skincare would be Cicaplast, La Roche-Posay. Changed my skin forever.
B5
plus.
You have
Once
the
the
lip
skin
gloss.
and the lip, I think I'm okay.
Okay, favorite base product?
Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder. Charlotte Tilbury Super Size Me Lip Liner and Laneige Lip Sleep Mask in Berry.
Which shade is
Berry
it?
something. Soft beige.
No, it's like,
my God.
is it Wherever Walnut? So she complimented us, which is very nice of her. She said, you were both stunning. We'll take it if the compliments flying. Can I ask, have you had any Botox or are you just blessed with this skin?
No, I've never had Botox, but I use a gua sha, and that I have a new stainless steel face comb.
Seen her use it in the little clip.
I did a challenge where I used it every day for 28 days, and my skin is just like brighter, more supple, more bouncy. Then I don't have Botox, but I got lip filler.
That was so long ago.
I got lip filler, I think like 9 or 10 years ago. 9 years ago. 8 years ago.
Is this an exclusive?
I think it's an exclusive. Yeah, I used to get asked all the time, but I regret it so much.
I think she looks great though, to be fair. You would never know.
It never dissolved. So like whatever
more concerning.
Like whatever was put in, I think it might have been more on the silicone side. Okay. But anyway, I love my lips and like whatever, but I was so influenced at the time by like the whole Kylie Jenner thing.
Yeah, it's your face so well, thankfully. Like
it was a good job, but like I can see why I regret it is obviously like succumbing to all of that. But then under here, there's like I can just see a bit of loose skin happening. Okay. I'm happy. I think I like the way I look, but it is something I regret. Will I ever get Botox? Maybe when I'm 45. But then it's like people are like, oh, you have to get it to prevent.
I know, but that's the same with like so many things. It's just I feel like the skincare and like aesthetics industry, like they kind of create the problem and they create the solution. So I'm not against doing anything, but personally I have not had it done yet. I'm a very expressive person.
Same.
And like, yeah, do I have a few wrinkles? But it's just, I think I'm at the stage in my life where I don't think my looks at this point are going to make much of a difference. I'm like, they're nice. Like, I don't need to be perfect.
Yeah,
like
and
I'm
also,
not a beauty gal. I'm not like, that's not the forefront of my content, like having to look good.
But you're also just genetically
I'm also half Asian.
Beautiful.
Like I think people forget this. So like if I look like, you know, I've had something done, I swear like these are just my like hamster. I get the cheek filler accusation.
Do you?
A lot. Like,
fair enough.
I think if that was the one thing that people think I got done, but I'm just like, there's literally baby pictures of me like this. These are my dad's cheekbones.
Okay, yeah.
So yes, I have hamster cheeks. Yes, they look massive when I'm like this and this, but like they're just my cheeks.
Yeah. I also think like if you're looking for that like really hydrated glossy skin, you just have to put in the work. Like you can do your research, you can get all of these fantastic hydration products, do your face massage. I will say like that's a huge thing, like facial massage.
And I think you can transform your skin at any point. Like I've seen so many people transform their skin with like dedicated facial massage with proper products, and like right now my skin has honestly looked better than it ever was. And like going back to I think the skincare industry giving you the problem and the solution. Like I've just cut back now to a good moisturizer and an SPF, and I think my skin has been the best it's ever been. It's been the least dry. It's like I don't have products fighting on my face, like a ton of different acids and exfoliants and like vitamin C. I'm also just like, I talk to myself a lot. I talk to my body. I'm grateful for like, I just like kind of delusionally manifest things. Also, I'm just like, I wake up and I'm putting on my skincare and I'm like, oh, like I'm so grateful that the collagen in my face multiplies every day. Positive side to it, but I'm also very much of the mindset that you don't have to love and adore every single thing about you. If you want to change something,
like just do it.
If it makes you happy, it makes you happy. But I haven't gotten to that point yet where I feel like I need to. So matching phone cases. Boop. My phone case from loversunday.com. Get it today.
Link in the bio.
I did add them in the iPhone 14 size. A lot of people were waiting for that to come out, so I do have all of the most up-to-date iPhone sizes, by the way, so that'll be in the description. What's the biggest difference between the two of you, personality and spirit-wise? My favorite thing about Ruth is that you just never know what's going to come out of her mouth. And that's what keeps it interesting and spicy, and it's like gas and hilarious. It's like such a funny trait to have.
Yeah, and I love that you're so caring, like you're so maternal and nurse. You're like a nurse. Do you know? In the best way,
I suppose. But like it's so weird because I wouldn't categorize myself that all, but I can see it.
But I suppose when you're friends with someone and you really care about someone, that's what you're like. But then I suppose
nurturing, I would say.
Nurturing,
Nurturing. Do you feel bad that you don't use your degree as much as you thought you would? That was directed at me because I definitely do not use my degree in my everyday life.
In a way you do, because
you definitely have an insight into fashion that changes my perspective.
This is it,
and how I shop, and like I think I see through brands a lot more.
I literally think I use my degree all the time. I studied fashion design and dropped out. Then I studied a degree in journalism and a master's in PR and new media. So like all of my jobs have been to do with that, whether it be if I'm in a role that doesn't have that title, I'm like offering up that I can, you know, do the copywriting for this or write this or write that. So like
it's quite like a versatile.
Yeah, and I do like to like write.
By the way, everyone should follow Ruth on Instagram. I feel like you still do the odd blog posts too, which I love your writing.
Now, but I need to. I know.
I love your writing.
I do.
You wouldn't do a Substack, would you?
I'd just be afraid of the critics. People being like,
Oh, feck that. I would think no. What? Afraid of the critics.
but I'm murder then for referencing. Like I remember in college, my lecturers would be like, you need to make sure everything you are like it's referenced. And I'm like,
I keep fighting with my BF recently. I don't know if this is a sign that he's not the one.
we read this the other night now drunk, and we had the best answer. Let me just think about what it was.
I think you said it was from frustration. Which
You keep fighting with your boyfriend. Horrific, sorry about that. But there's an underlying frustration that someone's not communicating. It is what I've found in my life so far. See through it, not see it as this like surface level, we're always fighting. It's like, what's going on? Maybe do like have an evening together where you just sit down and you're like, look, this is what I'm struggling with. This is what I'm struggling with, and then you'll find a solution.
Yeah, because sometimes it can be like everyday stuff where like he's not picking up after himself, he's not doing the dishes, but actually like it's not the individual things that he's doing. It's more like, okay, it goes back to maybe a lack of consideration or a lack of thoughtfulness. So it's kind of like a more rooted thing.
Maybe they could like discover their love languages and see what the story is there.
To reconnect.
Yeah,
I think it usually comes from like a little bit of a disconnection, doesn't it? Like you don't feel close to the person anymore, and then everything they do becomes like a point of frustration. Think with your feelings, see how you feel. Like, is it a relationship you want to be in? Is it fixable? If you communicate your frustrations, like, is it something you can work on, or is it like gone beyond that now, you know?
Dagger.
Break up with them. Deal with friendship shifts and changes when one has gotten into a serious relationship.
Deal with it, it's fine.
It's hard. I know, but like the more you practice detachment, I think, and like
I really need to practice detachment. Like, always going to be bits and bobs that come up. It's like, oh, this person isn't making that much effort with me.
I know,
but if you just get to
like nature of friendships, though, isn't it?
And it's just like, if you think of life as like everything is a phase, it will change. It will change again. It's not going to be stuck. You're not going to be stuck in the sadness or this frustration. It's going to come around again.
Exactly.
And just focus on.
I know, because sometimes like when someone isn't giving you what you want from a friendship, or they're just in a phase where like they can't give, or maybe they're exploring something else, like sometimes you just want to explain to them like what's going on, or please do this. But I just find that actually adds more pressure, and it kind of like, if you've got like, if you're like me and you're slightly more avoidant, that would make me kind of want to like retract even more. That like friendships go in cycles and in waves, and like sometimes you're closer to one person than the other, and it all like moves. And I think that there's, even when you are frustrated, I think the best thing is just to pull your energy back in a little bit. Like, ask yourself, like, what is it you actually need from this person? Is it like the companionship? Are you afraid to do things on your own? And kind of like lean into like the resistance bit, so that like just let the person have their time. Like, they always come back around, and if you say something sometimes, or if you hold like bad blood about something, it's harder to come back from. I think just nurture the friendships that are nurturing you, and just take a step back from the ones that aren't, and just like leave them on pause.
And you don't need to have like 50 friends.
No, exactly. And you don't need to have a big dramatic fight. You just like, I'm a big fan of just putting something down, walking away for a little bit, watering something else, and then if it comes back around, they ask you around for the coffee, go for the coffee and pick it back up.
As you get older, it just becomes a lot easier to do this. But when
you realize everyone just has a life, and
and everyone has their own issues, and
sometimes people just can't be there in the way that like they were before. So
I wish we were taught all this in school. Like, how much easier would life have been if we just had this knowledge back then?
I wonder, do they have these things in those Steiner schools?
I bet you they do have meetings where like there's one cool teacher that's like, we really need to be doing the emotional stuff, and then some like hard teacher is like, no, we got to learn maths.
How do you deal with the evolution of self and sharing with the world / content? I learn to let go a lot of what people think, but that's like a whole journey in itself. Then just like I just tune everything out, because I've just found that like, look, your past is your past. Like, whether it's me just changing my style or an old opinion of mine, like I just think you have to accept yourself as a completely, constantly changing human being. Like my thoughts, what I resonate with could be so different a day ago, a month ago, a year ago, and I think just allowing yourself to have the grace to just evolve. But when you're online, it's weird. It's a weird experience, because sometimes people will fall in love with one version of you, and then wish you were that forever, and they don't really allow you to grow.
It's tough across the board for all influencers, because it's like
you're figuring it out as you go along, and everyone's seeing your mistakes.
Yeah, and everyone's looking at you, and you're in the group chats, and everybody's chit-chatting about you, and then you're getting like, you know, hammered because you wore something.
Yeah.
So it's difficult, but I will say it's like, always remember, social media is not that serious.
Yeah, it's
and
not
that's something
that deep.
I forget. I'm like, it's not that deep.
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 Don't, as lovely as it is to get compliments and people rallying behind you, like I obviously feel very supported online, but I don't place my self-worth in the good comments or the bad comments. If you really are someone that feeds off of the goodness, you're going to be someone that's so taken down by the bad stuff. Yeah. So I think treating it all the same.
Yeah.
Like I'm posting whether people like it or not.
Yeah.
I'm just posting.
I love to romanticize everything. So, you know,
such a lovely quality.
Yeah,
that's how you find joy in life, is just romanticizing the little everyday things.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean into more romanticizing content.
Yeah, or just
baguettes in the bag.
It's been great having Ruth here. Very sophisticated, a little bit of running around, a little bit of menacing, a little bit of girliness, a little bit of soul sister time, and it's just been very, very grateful. Very grateful. Yeah. Thanks for coming to see me.
Of course.
Yeah, I hope you all enjoy the chats. I know a lot of you were keen because we did we've done a few videos over the years, but I think maybe 2 or 3 years ago we did one at Ruth's house in Cork where we talked about like boys and relationships and 21. Love. Yeah. And you all loved that video a lot, and I think since then people have been like excited to see us back together again. Never a bad meal at Kiki's. Never. You're happy enough, aren't you?
It's truly amazing.
No. The story is now that I did her nails for 45 minutes today, and she really wanted this blue, and I goes, I don't know about that. No. And she was just like, I'll put chrome on it.
I thought the chrome was like a smoky blue.
You imagine
a smoky smoke, like an ashy smoke, and it's actually like a plastic bag shimmer.
Love it. I did one fingernail, and you were like, yes.
Iconic.
We're at this bar, and Ruth's okay, first of all, she has a Bible. Close the wallet and show me how thick the wallet is.
It's so beautiful. It's real leather from Saint-Tropez 10 years ago, and I get mocked every time I put it into my bag.
Because look at the size of the thing. Look,
this is my wallet you want.
This is literally my wallet, my piece of shite, but like that's my wallet.
Iconic. Yum, yum, yum.
This is how we differ here now.
But I'd be lost without this now. It has all my memories, all my bits.
Speaking of which, she has all of these lists from when she used to work in a bar on receipt paper. And I'm going to read you a few excerpts because they're priceless. Yes, please.
100 things I'm grateful for.
Mum, dad, brother, friends. Makeup as number 4. We love that. Nothing has changed whatsoever. Good weather, bad weather, beautiful people. YouTube, Spotify, ASOS, grand, mankind. And this bit I found quite vibey. French food, red wine, vibey bars, positive people.
Being Irish.
Brothers Grimm.
My dress is giving Brothers Grimm.
Fruit, Charlotte Tilbury. Holler at Charlotte Tilbury if you ever watch this. Casey's is cancelled now. You don't like Casey's anymore.
Chips.
French kissing, fair. A photo album.
There's a card for us.
This is what's killing me now. She goes, this is a key card from my first night away with my boyfriend. And I go, so you were in Galway, is it?
And then I turned
and then she goes, no. And it's literally one of her best mates' name key card. She said it's the memory.
It's nice because then like months go on and you're like, you know, you're in New York and you pick out your
When was that? Why are you holding the key card and from when?
I feel like it was just a lovely trip.
It is an album, I suppose. That's the point.
And then look, this is me and Jerry's first date out in Dublin first time he visited me when I lived up there.
So things that have changed.
I didn't meet him there then.
Well, it must have been someday. Things that have changed since Ruth's been here last is that she is very much in love with the man of her dreams.
Oh my god, yeah. Wild.
Which is...
And then look at this. This is a friend that I used to work with in the bar, Julia Coll. She's an artist, and she gave me her little matchsticks. So this was like, I was standing in the bar in New York, and it was like a slow shift, and I was like, this is it. Like, I can't wait to fall in love, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, big love heart in the middle.
So this was your dream man list?
From left to right. Good taste in music, happy, positive, family man. I'll leave the next one out. Tall, handsome, free spirit, intelligent, ambitious, adventurous, kind, loyal, and fun.
We love this. We just stumbled, but we both did one of these lists, like a little description of a man that we would love to be with. And
It works, guys.
It works because you found your man through that. More specific the better. I did it, and then I think met my boyfriend 2 or 3 weeks later. So well, we made it to a New York beach. Actually quite nice as far as beaches go now, in fairness. We came down to Rockaway. I got severely burnt with Natalia, who's coming to join us, the first year I was here, and honestly I've been kind of terrified of the New York beaches since it scared me. So this is maybe only the 3rd time I've been back.
Meant to go on this long. Like,
Yeah.
they want to have, like, they don't want to pass up.
It's plantains, queso fresco, and
Etchings I've seen have been behind glass, and the closest I've been to a bar was at ballet class.
in her element now. She's on the hunt for, on the prowl should I say, for a blue suede jacket. Okay, so I did find this jacket, which I'm not going to buy because I just can't justify paying $190. It's a Sonia Reichel vintage jacket, and it's just like, I'm very into my primary colours. I want more reds, I want more blues. See if like they go with my skin tone. Can anyone tell me what colour theory thing I am? I think I got something autumn. So we're in the expensive side of Style Dallas because it's across 2 stores, and we're just dreaming of like haunting people in these beautiful dresses. Look at these like vintage wedding dresses. They're so beautiful. Like this.
This dress.
We spotted it.
It's not on hold, but it's really delicate.
Okay, so we can't afford it, but it's silk chiffon from the 1930s, and it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. By the way, this is one of my favourite bars in Williamsburg. It's so stunning. Just don't come here too late, but it's nice and early. We're here for happy hour. Never this early. Oh, artichoke, crab dip. Oh wow. Oh wow. This is just the loveliest vibe.
I was just like coming out trying to figure out.
Cakes, jewellery, flowers. Dreamy setup right now. By the way, guys, I made it to book 3 of this monumentally slow series to get through. Aren't they stunning? I got them for $25. Well, I gave her 30. Just cooling down now after the meetup. Ruth isn't feeling too well because, yeah, she has been going hard for 10 days and I think it's catching up with her, so I'm letting her rest while I have my lunch. I've got a cauliflower cutlet from that canteen. It's like breaded, deep fried cauliflower in a sandwich. Gorge. I am happy as a pig in shit right now. But it went very well. Got to see some familiar faces. There was one girl who actually came to my last closet sale and she was so lovely to see her face again. You know who you are if you're watching. Such good energy, but like honestly everyone that came by, like I had some really good like long chatty conversations with people, and I love, like, I'm not great at doing official meetups, but I like doing kind of casual ones like that. She's gone and I'm so like, it's gonna feel so weird. I always find that if I've had someone like my boyfriend or someone staying with me after they leave, it's always so quiet, so everything's kind of back to how it was. But yeah, we had a really good wholesome time. And she brought me this beautiful like smoky grey necklace. Today I'm having my emotional support thistle breakfast. Oh please, coconut cream, take my pain away. We are feeling all of the feels this morning. Right here is like the worst bit of being abroad. So many emotions, like guilt, sadness. After about a week of Ruth being here, I did get some like pretty intense news. For once, being with someone when you're getting heavy news, like usually I'm alone. Nice to have someone there to just give me a hug, you know. Honestly, for myself, like I just wanted to make the most out of her being here, so I kind of just put it down. But I did just get off the phone with my mom. Just woke up with this overwhelming sense of worry and guilt again. I did have a really good chat with my mom, and I was honestly radically honest. I was kind of able to pinpoint the two main emotions and convey that, and that's a big step for me. I shouldn't be filming this, don't even know if this is even going to make the vlog, but I find that if it is in the vlog, it's because there's some part of me that feels like it'll help someone or just make them feel like a smidgen less alone, which is honestly the core of my channel. It's just to make myself feel less alone and other people. Trying not to suppress things, you know, just letting your body feel the feelings as they come, knowing that you're just taking it one day at a time and you're not giving those emotions like a permanent house. Although they may feel like they've been there long term and they may feel permanent, it's actually like suppressing them and acting like you can take on more than you can is what's detrimental in the long run. The energy, only if you have it to spare, please don't. Otherwise, I would really appreciate if you could send any healing, positive intention, whatever you believe in. If it's just intention, your thought, your prayer, your magic, your anything that you have to give energetically, perhaps light a candle. Oh, it's 11:11 on the cooker. Spirit is listening. You could send it towards my family, my mom, my dad especially with the healing, and knowing the tangible power and value of that would mean the world to me. Would be so thankful.